What's up, everybody? This is Battlefield Gem 97 here. It's been a while since I've done a video, but lo and behold, another gaming pickup video combining the month of May and June. And as you can see here, spoilers for the one PS4 title, I have tons and tons of games to talk about. Well, maybe like 2 games that I haven't really played yet, but for most of them, maybe not 2, but still, I do have tons of games to showcase that I got from month of May/June. So let's start with the PC. Normally I don't buy any PC games, even digital side, because I don't really use my PC for games that much, except for like a rarity of like, oh, I want to play TF2 or whatever. But I actually bought a PC title, and it's not a Sims or whatever. It's Deus Ex Invisible War. I think for around $6 or $7 in a Goodwill store that I normally go to. And yeah, even though I'll be honest here, I haven't even put this on my PC yet for installation to play it. I got everything, the manual, the installation disc, and the game disc itself. And it's pretty cool to have this kind of packaging that isn't just a jewel case or a standard like DVD casing for PC titles. But this big one really does have an appealing aesthetic to it, in my honest opinion. So yeah, Invisible War on PC. And now the only Xbox title I actually bought from the month of May and June, and that is Crackdown. In my honest opinion, one of the most underrated Xbox 360 exclusives that the console has ever owned, because rarely I ever see anybody talking about this exclusive. And I don't know why. This game is very fun as all hell. You're basically like this jacked up super soldier, basically fighting against the crime in this fictional city. And yeah, it's pretty fun as hell, and it's kind of sad that people just bought this for the Halo 3 beta, which of course in my copy of Crackdown includes the slip-in to download the Halo 3 beta. So just like with Zone of the Enders, people bought that for a demo of a game that they really wanted to play, like Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. So yeah, Crackdown on the Xbox 360, definitely an exclusive that you should play if you haven't played it already. And now, let's go into the GameCube side. Now, the only game that I had in my GameCube collection that is still with me to this very day is Marvel Nemesis: Rise of the Imperfects, an EA title that is basically a shittier version of Power Stone. But at least I got these 2 games that used to be in my GameCube collection, but now I have them in my collection now. And that is Metroid Prime and Super Mario Sunshine. And it's very cool that I got these 2 games for like maybe $5 or $6 each in the same Goodwill that I got Deus Ex Human Revolution, Deus Ex Invisible War, because these 2 titles, especially in the used market, can fetch up for maybe around $20, $30, or even $50 in secondhand market and eBay or whatever. But hey, it's good, even though there's like a dent over here in the Super Mario Sunshine casing. It's good to be able to own 2 of the best GameCube games in this library in my collection. Metroid Prime, my first exposure to the Metroid games, aside from playing as Samus in the original Smash Bros. On the N64, definitely still a damn good exploration game to this very day. I haven't even played the sequel. I did play a bit of the 3rd on the Wii as a rental. Even though I have Metroid Prime Trilogy digitally on my Wii U, I'm still like halfway playing through Metroid Prime on my Wii U, and played it again with the GameCube controller on my Wii. So yeah, Metroid Prime, if you have not played it yet, do so now. Definitely still one of the best games of its generation, one of the best Metroid games, period. And yeah. And then Super Mario Sunshine, which I gotta say, while I did complete this game 100% back in the old days with a strategy guide, which I think I still have to this very day, and I still think is a good game to this very day, the inverted camera and FLUDS controls, it just kills me nowadays, along with any other platformer back in the day where the camera was just... It's just like a reverse of what you normally would think of nowadays when playing a platformer or any kind of action game nowadays. But I still think it's a very good game to this very day, and if you have not played this or have this in your GameCube collection, do so now. And I think in the month of June, when I got my $25 gift card for Amazon, I thought, hey, why not get a Resident Evil title, because this year is the 20th anniversary or 25th anniversary of Resident Evil. So I thought, hey, why not get the original remake Resident Evil on the GameCube, the one that has 2 discs in it, and for like what, I think less than $20 or so with standard shipping, I'll actually get a acceptable used copy of Resident Evil on the GameCube. And I gotta say, still one of the best remakes slash remasters that gaming has ever experienced. It shits over the original Resident Evil by miles. It's still scary to this very day, still atmospheric. And yeah, even though I could have gotten it on PS4 through the Origins collection with Resident Evil 0, I didn't have enough money to get that collection, plus I wanted the original to play on my Wii. So yeah, Resident Evil and the remake, still one of the best remakes of all time, best Resident Evil game. Get this now. You have no excuse. It's on multiple platforms nowadays. And just continue on with the Nintendo side, I actually got a Nintendo 3DS title. And that is the Sega 3D Classics Collection. That includes 7 classic Sega titles using the Nintendo 3DS's 3D features. And I gotta say, the 3D is actually pretty good. It doesn't make the sprites fizzled out, unless you actually wanted to make it fizzle out like you were playing as a standard TV. And I gotta say, Power Drift actually uses the 3D very, very good. It kind of reminded me of Metal Gear Solid 3D Snake Eater, where the 3D is so intense that it actually like either hurts your eyes or just makes you like the whole image like pops in front of you. Like, it really is that good. And of course, the highlight for the collection for me is Puyo Puyo 2 and being able to play Sonic the Hedgehog with good controls, unlike with a touchscreen on your mobile phone. So yeah, the Sega 3D Classic Collection for like $30 for 7 classic Sega titles. You can't go wrong with this. So yeah, that's it for the Nintendo side. It's now for PlayStation, and I actually found some very good deals when it comes to PlayStation 2 games, especially one that I actually owned back in the day, and I still love to this very day. So of course, we got Onimusha Warlords on PS2, Virtua Fighter 4, and an original print copy of Final Fantasy X. Now, of course, I can't really say anything about these two because I never played them back in the day, but they look very interesting, and I heard some good things about these titles, so I bought them for like, what, $5 or $6 each in the same Goodwill that I got Super Mario Sunshine, Metroid Prime, and Deus Ex Invisible War. But this one, I did have a ton of hours playing it back in the day on PS2. I think I only played it one playthrough and then multiple tries back in the day. And of course, I even have this on PlayStation 4 along with a sequel, 10-2, in the HD remaster. But hey, I want to get the original version of it because I love Final Fantasy X, despite the many flaws that it has like any other Final Fantasy title. And it was an original print and there wasn't much scratches on it, so yeah. It was a pretty sweet deal for someone who loves Final Fantasy X and may or may not buy it again on PS3 or Vita and a physical collection. Also pretty cool that they have like the same art in the back. So yeah, Final Fantasy X I absolutely love to this day. So now, let's go into the PlayStation 3 side of things with Virtua Fighter 5 and Yakuza Dead Souls. Now, Virtua Fighter 5 I have quite a history of because this was the first Virtua Fighter game I actually got the chance to play during the early days of the PS3. And while it does have its faults, like not being able to use your left analog stick for movement, and instead using the D-pad like you were playing the old Tekken games on PS1, it definitely still is very good to play to this very day, though Final Showdown, the updated version of it, which is only digital for PS3 and Xbox 360, is superior to the original version of it. But I wanted it anyway because I had nostalgia for Virtua Fighter 5, but definitely get Final Showdown. It's on PS3, Xbox 360, and I think maybe on PC. But yeah, Virtua Fighter 5, I got it for, see the receipt, for less than $5. Wait, less than $2, so at least I got a nostalgia trip that didn't hurt the bank. And then, of course, is Yakuza Dead Souls, a spin-off to the Yakuza, or in Japan, Like a Dragon franchise. And while I did play a bit of Yakuza 3 as a rental, and never really beat it, I never really finished the first chapter of it. Played a bit of Yakuza 4, thanks to it being free from PlayStation Plus a while ago last year. And actually bought Virtua Fighter 5 when it was on sale on the PlayStation Plus. I actually do know a bit about the Yakuza series, but I never really owned one physically, so at least the spin-off Dead Souls I think I got for like $5 or so in GameStop. It was a pretty good deal. There wasn't much scratches whatsoever for this title. And yeah, Yakuza Dead Souls, the only problem I actually have with this game is the frame rate. Like, it goes down like maybe in single digits when explosions come about, but if you can go beyond the frame rate drops for this title, you'll definitely love the lunacy of being able to shoot zombies across Kamurocho, Japan. So Yakuza Dead Souls, definitely a game for anybody who loves zombies, Japan, and Yakuza, if you haven't got the chance to play it. And now we're going to the PlayStation 4 side. One of them I actually paid for my hard-earned money from actually the last money that I got from my last job, and that is Uncharted 4 A Thief's End. Now, you're going to hear my thoughts of Yakuza, Uncharted 4, and the past games, Uncharted 1 through 3, possibly next video or when I get my top 5 games of 2015 out. But let's say Uncharted 4 definitely is a better conclusion than Uncharted 3. Its multiplayer destroys Uncharted 3's multiplayer out of the water. I can't say for certain if it's better than Uncharted 2's multiplayer, but yeah, Uncharted 4, absolutely fantastic. If you have not played it or got it yet, do so now, or at least before you actually play Uncharted 1 through 3. And then, these were 2 games that my brother actually paid for. These were from GameFly. I'll be honest here, I have played this on my PS4 whatsoever, but I'm just showing it anyway. Arslan, The Warriors of Legend from Tecmo. And it's a Dynasty Warriors game based on a manga/anime by the creator of Fullmetal Alchemist. I have not seen the show, I've not read the manga, and I have no interest in this game, so I don't know why my brother even bought this for the both of us, so... Yeah, I was a bit hungry. Yeah, sorry for the jump cut in between. I ran out of storage and wanted to make another excuse to eat. So, anyhow, get back to the topic at hand. Let's go for Mad Max on the PlayStation 4, which I gotta say, I wasn't really too much of a fan of this when I rented it back last year on PS4, but then when my brother re-rented it again for himself to play on PS4, I was actually kind of enjoying the game the second time around. I mean, it's not really special per se, but it still is, you know, faithful to the source material. It's not egregious in any way, shape, or form. It's kind of average in a way. It's like a 7 or 7.5 out of 10 kind of game. If you're a fan of the Mad Max franchise and you have not played this game yet, do so now. You can basically find this for cheap on PS4, Xbox One, and especially on Steam for, like, you know, deals and stuff. So yeah, Mad Max on PS4, it's below average. And now we're getting to the nitty-gritty of it. I was a huge fan of this game back in the PS3 days, and I still say it's an underrated gem to this very day. And it's good that Sega has given this so many chances, and those chances have given it much more success compared to how it was on PS3 with a PC and PS4 re-release. And what I'm talking about is Valkyria Chronicles Remastered. This is the Steelbook variant of the remaster on PS4, which of course is the slip-in right over here. And not only is it 60 FPS, 1080p compared to the original, which was 30 FPS in a 720p presentation, it actually includes all of the DLC that was previously released for the PS3 version, I think just like with the PC release. So it's very good that you can definitely be able to enjoy the game much more compared to how it was on PS3. And what's really cool about the Steelbook variant that even though there's no manual, it actually does celebrate the squad, or at least the team that you mostly play as in this game, and that's Squad 7. And here, in the Steelbook variant, if you open it, you can actually see the entirety of Squad 7. I don't know if you can see it through the lighting of this phone, but you can definitely see that this is a very cool thing, especially if you're a fan of the original, just like I am. And of course, shout out to these two from Skies of Arcadia. Definitely a great game on Dreamcast and GameCube. So yeah, if you have not got the chance to play Valkyria Chronicles on the PS3, do so now if you have a PS3, or better luck, get the better version of it on PC and PlayStation 4. This is definitely a franchise that I want Sega to continue to make strive and success, because I really love it, along with Valkyria Chronicles 2 on PSP, which I actually bought when it was on sale, when I was like halfway through the single player of this game, which I'm still halfway through because I want to get like some B's and A ranks, because I really enjoy this title. So yeah, support this goddamn title so I can get more of it, because I really love it. And of course, this is the last game that I actually got, well, not the last game I got, but the last game for this video, and that's Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops. And from how many years Metal Gear fans told me to get, it's okay. It's on and off again, and whatever it's canon to the franchise or not, and it's alright to play on PSP. That's all I can say about it, really. So yeah, that's it for my May/June gaming pickup video. I hope you enjoy it. Like, favorite, subscribe, and comment on what your favorites were on my pickups and games that I should get in the future. Anyhow, this is Battlefield Joe 97. Catch you guys later. Peace.